We like to reserve a few minutes Sunday mornings to discuss current trends that seem to be predicted by the Bible. We are futurists who interpret the unfulfilled portions of the book of Daniel and the book of Revelation, and really all unfulfilled prophecies, as future events in a literal and physical apocalyptic global context, meaning that they will take place literally. Biometrics, artificial intelligence, cashless commerce, the manipulation of human DNA, global government, the exponential growth of human knowledge are all areas we see corroborating the end times prophecies in the Bible. News that reminds us of the days of Noah also piques our interest because of something Jesus said. He said in Matthew 24, "As the days of Noah were, so also will the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered the ark." Now, interesting, the Lord highlighted marrying and giving in marriage. When you go back to Genesis, the opening 4 verses of chapter 6 describe the marriages that Jesus was pointing to. Genesis says this: "The sons of God," and these are angels, in this case fallen angels, "saw the daughters of men that they were beautiful, and they took wives for themselves of all whom they chose. There were giants on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God came in to the daughters of men, and they bore children to them. Those were the mighty men who were of old, men of renown." And so Genesis says that fallen angels married and mated with human women. Their offspring are called giants, or Nephilim is the word. These giants were agile warriors, upwards of 12 to 15 feet tall. They were wiped out by the flood, but it also says they were on the earth afterwards, and we read of them again in Israel's conquest of the Promised Land. Nephilim weren't eradicated until the reign of King David. This news story captured my attention, thinking about the days of Noah. It was titled, "Massive Dragon Man Skull Found in China." Let me read you some excerpts from that. "A gigantic fossilized skull that was hidden in a well in China for 90 years has just been discovered by scientists. The skull was originally found in 1933 by Chinese laborers building a bridge in Harbin, a northern Chinese city, during the Japanese occupation. To prevent the skull from falling into Japanese hands," which I guess would have been terrible. You don't want Japanese people having a giant skull, I guess. I don't know why, but anyway, it was wrapped and hidden in an abandoned well. It was rediscovered in 2018 when the old man who originally hid it told his grandson shortly before his death. I could see that scene too. You're thinking of an inheritance and your grandpa grabs you and says, "There's a giant skull at the bottom of the well." This whole story is fun. The remarkably well-preserved fossil has been dubbed Dragon Man for the northern Chinese province where the skull was found, the Black Dragon River region. One of the most remarkable aspects of the Harbin cranium is its massive size, which at 9 inches long and more than 6 inches wide is significantly larger than the modern human skull. I'm not saying this is a Nephilim skull. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I am saying that Jesus gets us thinking about the days of Noah, and especially about the marriages in the days of Noah, and especially about the offspring from those marriages, which were giants. And one thing that's noteworthy as well, just a little while ago, every discovery like this was immediately labeled fake. It can't be true because of what we know about evolution. This is just people, trying to dupe you. There were no such thing as giants, et cetera, et cetera. Now, all of a sudden, this is in, reputable journals. You can read this story all over the internet in reputable magazines and journals. And there's no talk about being fake at all, even though they haven't even really researched it very well. And they just, scientists have discovered a giant skull, and they're trying to fit it into evolution. Very, very interesting times. Now, Jesus predicted that the end times would hearken us back to the days of Noah, and a story like this does that. We, of course, believe the resurrection and the rapture of the church is imminent. It could happen at any moment. Nothing needs to happen before the Lord calls us home. Are you ready for the rapture? If not, get ready, stay ready, keep looking up. Ready or not, Jesus is coming.